As high school football returns to the area, this season should be special on a lot of fronts. The City League reorganizes, but the Three Rivers Athletic Conference makes its debut. Last year's City League champ, the Whitmer Panthers, are also picked to win the TRAC. Head coach Joe Palka enters his 6th year at the helm and has done a phenomenal job. His team made it to the Final Four in state last year. Tonight, Coach Palka is in the house as we go one-on-one. Coach, first of all, thanks for coming in tonight. I really appreciate it. Let's talk. Two-a-days have already started. Where did the summer go?
Well, it's amazing anymore. You know, football is a year-round sport. You know, all of us are dealing with that. You get your 10 coaching days in the summer, and that doesn't even include one-day camps that kids go to and all the lifting. You know, anymore, I've always said football is a summer sport, and, you know, if you're lucky enough to play in November, that's fantastic.
It's so exciting, too, because, of course, you guys in St. John's played in the regional finals last year. You made it all the way to the Final Four, had a great year. A new league, though, the Three Rivers Athletic Conference. What kind of trepidations do you have, or excitement, or just, you know, what's the feeling like going into the new league?
You know, I mean, truthfully, it's exciting. You know, I kind of make the joke that I think it's a fans league and an AD's league. You know, there'll be great gates every night. I'm not so sure it's a coaches league because it's, you know, it's going to be a grind. But we're going to face great competition, great coaching, and great players and great crowds every week. I mean, if you're a high school football player or a high school fan or a high school football coach, how can you go wrong in a situation like that?
Let's talk about your team. You lost Kenny Hayes, you lost your quarterback, you lost some guys up front, but yet you have some good players coming back. Your 2 running backs are coming back. Your son, let's talk about your son, Tyler, because he most likely is going to step in there and play some quarterback for you. That's got to be kind of a neat deal.
Well, it's fun. I mean, you know, it certainly has its challenges when your son plays for you, especially at the quarterback position, and he's unproven. He knows that there's a lot of pressure on him, and he needs to go out week in and week out to keep that job and retain that job. But, you know, I really try to separate when we're out of practice, the dad part from the coach part. And I'm going to put a kid on the field at that position that's going to be able to lead us to victories. And, you know, hopefully it's him, but if it's not, you know, we get another guy ready. So that's just part of the game, and he knows it and I know it.
Chris Wormley, a kid obviously that just committed verbally to Michigan.
Well, Chris is just such a quality kid. I mean, you know, he's humble, works hard, never misses anything. He's a 3-sport athlete. You know, just the intangibles that he has and the physical things that he has. I mean, he can run. He ran down our wide receiver in practice today. That was pretty impressive. And he's as strong as they get. So we're lucky to have a guy like Chris.
Coaching philosophy. Let's talk about coaching philosophies. Because kind of, how do you consider yourself? Could you consider yourself an offensive guy, defensive? Because you guys are pretty good at everything. Well, I mean, you really don't sneak up on anybody because you've had such a good tradition.
You know, number one, I'm blessed with a great administration that supports our team and our program. I have an outstanding staff. You know, our staff, almost any one of those guys could be a head coach. So, you know, I kind of turn them loose and let them coach. We've been together. We know how each other are going to operate. Biggest thing, we're all in it for the right reason, and the vast majority of them are all teachers in Washington local, so we're really blessed in that regard. Our philosophy is let's get kids out as many as we can. Let's try to get as many kids playing as possible. You know, we platoon most of our kids. And our overall philosophy is let's take an average kid, a 5'10", 180-pound kid, and make him as good a football player as we can. The Hayes and the Wormleys, they come around once in a lifetime. So, you know, if we can make that average kid a good football player and get a lot of them out and let them have some success and a great experience, then we have a great opportunity.
And I think that's something that kind of separates Whitmer, because you go to Whitmer's practice compared to some other schools, and you guys have numbers.
Well, you know, and we have been able to generate that because a lot of kids play. You know, we don't really have many issues where people are complaining that they don't play. You know, we tell the kids, hey, if you can line up in the right spot, you'll give us some effort, and you're mentally tough, you're going to play. You know, we'll play at times, you know, 6 defensive linemen. You know, we're going to play 7 wide receivers. If we have 4 running backs that can play, we're going to play 4. You know, and last year, I know at one time, you know, Greg Kubicki, our secondary coach, he played 8 different defensive backs. So that gets you ready for the next year. It allows kids to play. It also raises the bar of what the expectation level is that they need to get to. Next thing you know, everybody's happy and we're having success.
How do you top your success? I mean, you won some City League titles. The last one, you know, in the old City League, I should say, because the City League's still around. You know, you've been to a Final Four run. You've had success basically from when you walked in for Coach Fote and took over and moved it on, and now in your 6th year. How do you top that, or do you continue to set goals higher? All right, state championship next year. We've been here. Let's go here.
Well, that's a great question. Our goal every year is to win a state championship. We build our team to play 15 weeks. Whether we're lucky enough to do that or not depends on a lot of factors. The thing that we do, though, is we don't talk a ton about history this time of year. It's a new team with a new identity, and our deal is continuous improvement. Let's just focus on the next day and getting a little bit better. If you do that, that team's going to form its identity and hopefully be good at the end of the year.
You know what high school football is about here. You played at Central Catholic. You grew up in the area. What does it mean for you to be able to come back to this area? Because I know you coached at Eastern Michigan for a while and kind of coming back to Northwest Ohio. And it's been a while. You've been back here for a while. But what's it mean to coach in this area and be involved in a new league and all the exciting things that are going on here in 2011?
Well, I think number one, the talent level in Northwest Ohio right now is unbelievable, maybe as good as it's been. You know, the second thing is I'm in a conference, and even in the City League, you know, I coach with great coaches. You know, all who run great programs, and the competition is second to none, in my opinion, and the camaraderie is also second to none. You know, we get after each other, you know, on the field, but there's a great respect that all the programs in the TRAC and even in the City League had for each other. So it's special. You know, I didn't have to go to Grand Rapids, Michigan to do that. I didn't have to go to Columbus, Ohio. We have it right here in my hometown, and, you know, I'm able to stay around family and be able to do what I love to do and be around great people.
Talk about the league, because it's going to be tough. You add Fremont, you add Findlay, you add Lima Senior, and then there's now, you know, Central Catholic and you guys and St. Francis and St. John. I mean, there's no week off, and I'm not saying there's a week off before, but I mean, this is going to be top-line football.
Well, you know, I really think the team that can stay healthy and the team that can fight through the highs and lows of what that schedule is going to mean is going to be the team that has a chance to win the championship at the end. I believe in this conference every year, you're probably going to see a co or a tri-champion. I really believe that's how balanced it is. Anybody in that conference can beat anybody else on any given day. I think that's what makes the TRAC or the Three Rivers unique, especially to Northwest Ohio. So it's exciting, but it certainly is going to be challenging.
Looking forward to the new conference and the new league. I appreciate you coming in here tonight, Joe. I know you're busy. Well, thanks for coming in, and best of luck.
Well, thanks for having me, Joe. Appreciate it.